Good morning and welcome to TV Devotions. I am Chaplain Rhonda Good. Thank you, Fran, for playing Heart with Loving Heart United. This song was written over 300 years ago, so some of the wording is a bit different than how we would speak today, but I think the message is still important. I will read a few lines from each verse. Verse 1 begins, hearts with loving heart united, met to know God's holy will. Let this love in us ignited, more and more our spirits fill. And verse 2 begins, may we all so love each other and all selfish claims deny, so that each one for the other will not hesitate to die. And I especially love the last two lines of verse 3. Kindle in us love's compassion, so that everyone may see in our fellowship the promise of a new humanity. Those are such good words. Kindle in us love's compassion, so that everyone may see in our fellowship the promise of a new humanity. What a challenge. Recently, I was telling our youngest daughter, Marissa, that I wanted to do a TV devotional about community and the importance of building each other up and caring for each other. I asked her if she had any thoughts about this topic. She began telling me about a documentary she watched recently about Michael Jordan. Marissa loves basketball. Even though Michael Jordan is considered to be the greatest basketball player of all times, he wasn't always the greatest teammate. In this documentary, Jordan admits that he wanted to win championships so badly that he was willing to push his teammates to the limit at any cost. He would yell at them or harass them if he didn't think they were working hard enough. One time, he even punched a teammate in the face. Michael Jordan had a hope and a dream, perhaps we could say even an obsessional desire, to win lots of championships and be known as the greatest basketball player of all times. He succeeded, but not always in a way that encouraged his teammates. As followers of Jesus, we are instructed by the writer of Hebrews to use a different approach. Hebrews 10:23-25 says, let us hold unswervingly to the hope we profess. For he who promised is faithful. And let us consider how we may spur one another on toward love and good deeds. Let us not give up meeting together, as some are in the habit of doing, but let us encourage one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching. There's some more good words. Spur one another on toward love and good deeds, and let us encourage one another. We also have a hope, but our hope is something much bigger than our own desires and fame. Our hope is in Jesus and the salvation he offers. Although we don't face persecutions like some in the early church faced, there are other things around us that can easily take our focus off of Jesus. But we are fortunate to be able to meet together freely. We can encourage each other and spur one another on towards love and good deeds. During the early months of COVID, I felt a bit lost without the opportunities to interact face-to-face with anyone from my church. Our leaders quickly pulled together the technology needed so we could enjoy services together on Zoom. And some people would join early, and we would talk to each other through our computer screens. Others would stay on Zoom afterwards and talk. It was nice to be able to connect with each other, but we couldn't have one-on-one, face-to-face conversations. I remember well the first Sunday we met outside in small groups at various houses. One group met at our house. We sat in a circle around the campfire. Oh, how wonderful it was to meet face to face. We had a wonderful morning of sharing our thoughts around the scripture for that morning. We wove in stories of how we had been coping during the pandemic. We encouraged one another. We spurred each other on toward love and good deeds. What a difference it made when we could meet in person. Jesus never intended for his followers to live out their faith alone. We are a team of Jesus followers, encouraging others and being encouraged by others are significant to our success. This morning, I would like you to consider, who do you have in your life that encourages you to stand firm in your faith? Who builds you up, and who can you lean on? Who are you able to encourage and build up? How do we walk with each other so we can hold unswervingly to the hope we profess? And as the song says, how do we kindle in each other love's compassion, so that everyone may see in our fellowship the promise of a new humanity? I want to add that I personally have experienced so much love and encouragement from many here at Landis Homes, so thank you for that. Last week, I discovered a call to worship that fits beautifully with our devotions this morning. It combines various scriptures, and I will read that now as a closing prayer. As we gather together for worship, let us remember the words of Scripture. Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their toil. Jesus sent his disciples out 2 by 2 and gave them authority over evil spirits. For with 2, if you fall, someone is there to help you up. Jesus says, where 2 or 3 come together in my name, there am I with them. Also, if 2 lie down together, they can keep warm. Every day, the believers continued to meet together in the temple courts. They broke bread in their homes and ate together with glad and sincere hearts. Though one may be overpowered, 2 can defend themselves. Let us consider how we may spur each other on toward love and good deeds. A threefold cord is not quickly broken. So let us not give up meeting together, but let us encourage one another. God be with each of us as we encourage each other.